Hey everybody, welcome back. I hope you're having a great day. It is time for another kiln unloading video. Let's go. All right, here we are. You saw in the last video the glazing and the loading of this kiln here. So now we're gonna unload it. So you already know, if you watched that video, there are a ton of ornaments in this load. So a lot of it might be monotonous as far as unloading, but there are some tests I did in here of some different glaze application, and no new glazes, just a new way of applying a couple of the glazes. So I haven't even looked in there. We're gonna see what it looks like and see how things turned out. So here we go. Let's open the door. And it still is a little warm because I've got kind of orders that need to come out. So it's gonna be a little warm. Got the gloves to unload the top couple shelves. Alrighty, here we go. Looks pretty good from the first look. Oh yeah, all right, cool. I got some new steins that I did. I haven't done any of this style in my gas kiln yet, so I've got those in here. And yeah, it's looking good. Here's my, those are some very nice steins there. Excited about that, for sure. Here's the copper and blue. I did the copper lines inside the little grooves that are in the top of the stein there, and those turned out very nice. Couple more of those in the copper and blue. All right, here's one of the glaze applications that I did differently. I played around with actually, I lined it with the dark blue, and then I actually sprayed some of the dark blue on the outside to give me this this look of having the blue not be an even line, and also to be dripped down like that in some spots. So that's definitely takes a little bit more time to glaze that way, but I'm definitely going to play around with that some more because I really like that. Just definitely gives a different look to the piece. Here we go. There's my purple and blue there, and there's a solid red stein there. The only thing I got to work on with these steins is a couple of the rims are a little out of circle from throwing them a bit thin and then applying this big chunky handle, but that red is gorgeous. All right, here's my copper and blue with some funky design. I did 2 lines, and then I did some circles and dots. You probably saw when I was glazing those if you watched the last video, and that's pretty neat. I'll pull out the other one, which has got more on it than that one. That's definitely wild. That's cool looking. It's different, but it's cool. I'll play around with that some more, do some all different kinds of things with that. Ooh, that dripped way down. Here's another glaze test that I did. I did my red, and then I actually sprayed the purple on top of it. I had it, the red was a bit thick, so I got a couple skips up here at the top, and I was afraid that was going to happen. But overall, I'm actually excited about that glaze application because you can see where the purple was on there and where it ran. That drip is actually pretty cool, even though I'm glad it didn't go all the way. And having that color in there, that's really cool. But like I said, seeing here where I sprayed, and if you can see that, where it gets that kind of arc there, that's really cool. So I'm definitely going to play around with that some more and see what we can have happen without getting those skips. But still a nice piece. I did that glaze application on a mug or on a stein, so now we've got the copper red, but then you got the purple sprayed on top of there, so you just get that hint of purple on top of the red. That's a cool one there. Well, I may have to keep that one. Here's another two pieces that I played around with spraying the blue on like that. And so you get that difference in look there where it pans down, and it definitely looks different than if I would have dipped it that way or tried to pour it on that way. And another one that I did that way. Yeah, that's nice. See that, get that big spot of blue there, and then over here I just had a little bit of blue up here on top, so you get the raw ash there, and then have that blue side there. So if you had a table where you could sit and see all sides of that, that's a really unique piece. Got a lot going on that one. Some coffee mugs here in the copper and blue. Looks great as always. I love doing that swirl in the bottom. The way that glaze breaks, you get that nice, when you finish drinking your cup of coffee, you get that nice little swirl in the bottom. We'll probably speed it up here for a little bit while I unload these ornaments and all this out of this top right side there. That's just like 4 or 5 layers of ornaments and some jewelry that my wife made. So find a little container to put all that in, and we'll speed up this part of the unloading. I'll show you some of this jewelry, but it's probably hot. I don't know if I can pick it up with my bare hands. Yeah, I can. Ooh, that's a really pretty one there. These were actually supposed to be the purple. I tried spraying the glaze on these, and I don't think it got on thick enough. That was my Rutile blue, but it turned kind of green. Ooh, they are warm, so I'm gonna put these down. That's what the Rutile blue is supposed to look like, a little bit more. So you can see it definitely got some more blue down in the bottom there, and still has some green and brown there, but it's definitely supposed to have more blue. So I'll figure that out. I might have to thicken up my glaze before I spray it next time to get the blue to come out. Here's one of the special orders I did. I actually had a friend of mine bring, I think it was her niece over here, and helped her make these little boxes to give to her mom for her birthday. So, and put the Rutile blue on those. Look at that design, how that showed up. That's really cool. So just a little, kind of like jewelry boxes or something like that. Well, not boxes because they don't have lids, but just little containers, and got the design down at the bottom there too. Those are cool. All right, more mugs. Here's the all-American color, red, white, and blue. I tested my black slip underneath the Rutile blue, because in the wood kiln, if you do the black slip under the Rutile blue, you get like more purple, but this just turned kind of like muddy brown. So I know now I'm not going to do that again, but tested it on a couple pieces just to see how it works. Definitely better with the copper and blue there with the red slip. There's the purple and blue. Lovely combination. I love this here. What I do here is you might not have seen, but I spray the ash glaze, but I spray it real lightly on the bottom, and you get that toasty brown look. And I spray it heavier where it's gonna meet, and then it has the drips over top of that. Well, we got a copper red mug. And then we got the copper red mug with the purple sprayed on it, but as you can see, spraying that purple on there makes it run. Boy, I'm gonna have to, I'll grind that off, and I might keep that one, but I'm definitely gonna play around with that some more. I just have to be careful how much of that spray on, and maybe dip my red a little bit thinner as well. More copper and blue. Look at that, how bright that blue is inside there. Hopefully you can see that. That's gorgeous. Oh, you can see it better on that one, I bet. Last time I fired, I did peacock platters. I sprayed the ash glaze on a little bit too thick. It's hard to know because the ash changes every time you use it. Plus I had a new spray gun. So from here down I got some peacock platter bowls that you saw me glaze in the last video. And we're gonna see how well I did on putting the amount of ash on there that was appropriate. First one looks pretty good. Probably still a little bit thick because you get all that dark brown around there. And I don't want to get too much of that, but all the red turned out, and looks good other than that. The smaller one, that definitely turned out great. Got just, if I get just a little bit of that dark there, that's the ash glaze dripping down. And what happens if I get too much of that puddle in the bottom, the ash glaze is like in a thick amount like that, it's not very, it's more like a thick amount of glass, and it will crack and really and not be food safe. But that is perfect right there. Here's the ornaments I'm doing for our local hospice. That's what they look like finished. Put that glass in the middle and it melts and runs, and there's the stamp, Hospice of Randolph County 2019. And I'm thankful that the stamp worked with the iron oxide on the back. So we've got those, and now I'm gonna unload a bunch of ornaments off this shelf. There we go, that's perfect. Perfect amount of ash glaze applied there, so you still get the drips going around the dots, and then you don't get a big puddle on the bottom. You still get the swirl of the red in the bottom. There's another one. Another blue one. Woo! That's what happens when your glass gets pushed off of the center of the ornament and gets on the shelf. Thankfully, those advancer shelves, things just come right off and you can just sand it, grind it right off. But that ornament is a goner. And that's where the glass melted on the shelf, and you can see, that's sharp and all, but I can just grind that right off. So if you have the money and you can afford some advancer shelves, they are definitely worth it. Not a sponsor. If you want to sponsor this video advancer, give me a call, because I'd love to, and I'd love to talk to you. Of course, they don't need to call me now. I've already promoted their shelves without them sponsoring. Here's my cones, if you're interested. This is my 012. When I start reduction, there's my cone 10 and my cone 11. I used to do 9, 10, and 11, and I also used to have a cone pack in the bottom and a cone pack in the top. And then I realized I was wasting cones by doing that, because I'm pretty familiar with how even this fires. So I just put a cone pack in the bottom, and at 012 I start the reduction, and then give me 10 and 11, so I can kind of know when 11's going to go by seeing the 10. And here was the last time I fired, and here's this time. So there you go. More perfect peacock platters coming out. There's one with the dark blue glass instead of the light blue. Ooh. Shows off that swirl really nice. I think it's pretty cool. Sometimes because of the reduction, you get some of the blue glass that turns red around the edge, and I can't predict it, but that's pretty cool. Very unique. to see that happen. Peacock platters all the way down in the bottom. It's nice to see the red still turned out. Doesn't get quite as toasty brown on the outside on the bottom, but gives a different combination. And one more. This one's definitely different because I don't have the red line around here. I wanted to try that, and I definitely think I like the red line. I like the red line better. So from now on, I'll definitely put that red line around there. I thought I'd try a piece of red glass, and I had it on a few other pieces, but most of them washed out red, and the one that did turn red doesn't really look that good. So I know now, red doesn't work. Not red glass, that is. Here's my North Carolina ornaments here with the heart in the center. I thought this one was pretty unique. It must have had a little bitty piece of glass on there, so it melted and then made this perfect little circle, almost in a heart shape, around the heart. So that's pretty cool there. All right, there we go. It's empty. Another successful kiln load out. And I tell you what, here, let's go over here so you can see the that board of ornaments for hospice has come full circle. You saw me in the last video stamp those with all of them stamped on the bottom with the Hospice of Randolph County 2019. And then now they're finished and glazed. Now I gotta put the string and the tags on them, and they'll come pick those up first part of the week and get those out so they can raise some money to go help more people. So I'm excited about that. Hospice does some amazing work. Put you back down. All right, guys, I appreciate you being here, and I definitely say this was a successful load. I learned some new things. I got some new glaze application that I'm gonna experiment some more with in the future, and super excited about that. That's just sweet, and I'm thrilled with it. Like I said, these skips up here are not cool in my book, but that's a cool piece, and I'm excited to play around with that some more. And I'll just do probably the red needs to be a little bit thinner, and then we won't have that problem with the skipping and then the running and all that. So anyway, thank you guys for being here. We'll see you in the next video. If you enjoyed what you watched here, hit the like, hit the thumbs up button, and share it. And appreciate your support. And I love you guys. Have a great day. See you. Bye.